Martin Weiss here with a quick follow-up to my recent video, The Next Black Swans. Remember a key point I made. Despite all of our troubles in the United States, the instability overseas is far more extreme. Consider, for example, the 7/7 attacks on July 7, 2005, when terrorists detonate 3 bombs in quick succession aboard London Underground trains, and then a 4th bomb on a double-decker bus in Tavistock Square. Or the Paris attacks in November of last year, targeting a packed football stadium, cafes, restaurants, and worst of all, the crowded Bataclan Theater. And the Nice attacks of July 14th of this year, when a madman drives a 19-ton cargo truck into crowds celebrating Bastille Day, mowing down 84 innocent people, including 10 children. Plus, as I showed you in my recent video, in parallel with the black swans attacking in the form of terrorism, we also see black swans striking in the form of financial disasters. The European debt crisis that virtually bankrupted the governments of Ireland, Portugal, Greece, Cyprus, Hungary, Romania, and even Spain, threatening to destroy the entire European Union and ultimately requiring bailouts of over $544 billion. The greatest money printing since the days of wild hyperinflation in Germany before World War II. And now, Brexit, the British vote to abandon the European Union entirely. Why? The problems run very deep. Like in the United States, Europe suffers from its worst income inequality in recent memory, especially between member nations. In 2009, the yearly income per capita is a hefty $41,890 in Germany, compared to a much lower $32,412 in Spain, a meager $29,819 in Greece, and a miserly $23,122 in Portugal. But after the Great Debt Crisis, the gap gets far worse. Income per capita rises by a hefty 13.9% in Germany, but it falls 4.2% in Portugal. It sinks 8.1% in Spain, and it crashes by 27.6% in Greece. This inequality foments envy and anger among member nations. It drives a rising tide of mass migration from poor or war-torn countries to richer, more stable countries. And it comes with a rising tide of political polarization and dysfunction. In Hungary, where the right-wing nationalist Fidesz party enjoys an absolute majority under the leadership of Viktor Orban since 2010, and record-high voter support in 2016. In Italy, where Prime Minister Matteo Renzi is proud of his nickname, Demolition Man. He says he wants to tear down the institutions of the Italian state. In Greece, where the Golden Dawn Party, with a logo that resembles the swastika, seeks a Nazi-like state. In Poland, where the fiercely anti-EU Law and Justice Party gains an absolute majority with parliamentary elections in October of 2015. In France, where the National Front under Marine Le Pen takes more votes in 2015 local elections than the Republicans or Socialists. In Germany, where the newly emergent Alternative für Deutschland has more popular support than at any time in history. Their manifesto, abolish the EU forever. And in the European Parliament itself, where anti-EU parties are gaining rapidly. The consequences? A big hit, not only to the British economy, but also to the rest of Europe. Still more domestic conflicts in Europe and beyond. A continuing tidal wave of flight capital flowing from Europe and other troubled regions to safer havens like the United States. I trust that by this time, you're prepared for this scenario, if not totally, at least partially, and I encourage you to continue on that path.